Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Today is March 3rd, 2020. First, I want to thank Camera Store for sponsoring the news, and there's actually news with them. So Santa 1000 film is now available through Camera Store in 120 film format. So they come in packages of 3, so you can pre-order or well, actually order already and get your film very soon. And they also receive some more 35mm film. I actually shot a roll, which I'll link below for the video that I shot during a Bilbao photo walk with my Zeiss Icon, I think it was. And it's a pretty contrasty film, interesting to shoot and never been available in 120 before. So if you're looking for a new emulsion that is not anything else that you see in the market, that should be a good option. Then we have news from Fujifilm releasing the new Instax Mini 11. And actually, I'm not a big Instax shooter most of the time, but I have to say we've been using the Instax Mini 9 and 8 at home, and they're really fun. My kids are really loving them, and I actually enjoy them every now and then. And the 11 has a bunch of features that I was feeling like were lacking for proper shooting experience with Instax Mini. So that's pretty nice that they've done the 11. Hopefully I'll be getting my hands on one very soon and see how it compares. Then we have a little update from Negative Supply. They have another week of their Kickstarter campaign, and they've launched a stretch goal, or sort of a stretch goal. I think they didn't expect the amount of, people going for backing their project, or at least maybe it didn't seem so obvious to do a stretch goal. And they've come out with something that's very interesting, but maybe for people are not so curious about. And it is the fact that the the Negative Supply device has a little advanced wheel, and you do it by hand now, and then you shoot with your digital camera and you digitize your film. But what happens is you got to have like one hand either on the camera and a little remote, and then another one on the wheel. The idea is to send like a do-it-yourself kind of kit that will make you motorize your film device scanner. So you would be able to kind of like frame per frame advance, kind of like the Frontier scanners when you're using them in manual. So that's pretty cool. They are right now at $148,000, and they want to reach $175,000. Considering that the scanner device is around $400, that doesn't mean a lot of people backing it. So if you're interested in that, I'm really enjoying my 135 or 35mm Mark I device, and their family of products is actually fairly good, and I really enjoy it. So I highly recommend it, honestly. Then we have news from Ilford, and this has been coming from different people in the community. Have reached out to me in Spain and other places about Ilford having little spots on their 120 film. Now they've actually stated that they've heard the social, media people and forums, and they're letting people know that you can send your feedback of rolls that have these problems or issues, and they will, send you or replace your film. So that's good to know. I do know that this is probably like less than a 1% issue on their film. They said, I think it was on their blog post, it said like 10,000 rolls, maybe it was one roll that was faulty. Or maybe one roll that, told them about it. But it's good to know that Ilford, is letting people know that this could be an issue. And if you have rolls with those problems, you can reach out, because it kind of stinks when you have your moments with, issues. Like you take a picture of a certain moment, develop, and then you have issues. It's a big issue. So you can contact Ilford through the link below. There's a whole blog post they put out explaining what happened. Then we have a famous format, New 55. For now, we're going to call it like that. It has a little sleeve demonstration video. So the sleeve removes and leaves the film in place. When you're shooting the New 55 stuff, I have holders there. When you pull it out, usually the film should stay in the holder. I guess that's been an issue. So now they're showing that you should pull it out backwards a little bit, so the stop mechanism locks the film, and you can remove the sleeve. So you can check it out below. Then we have another update from NANS Camera. First of all, they reached their goal, which is good. We're going to see them making these cameras. Another one is that it will be coming in EF mount. For those who don't know, EF mount is the Canon AF mount, the modern mount that is out today. Then there's RF, which is the newer mirrorless version of their mount. But yeah, it's good news that they're funded and they're going to be working on a EF mount camera, because EF, I think, has a shorter flange distance than M42, so you can adapt a bunch of stuff. I might be wrong with that, but I never used M42. Then, coming back to the Instax sort of world, we have Hasselback. You remember Escura had a little Kickstarter. It was a Escura 60. Now they're coming back with a Hasselback, which is basically Instax mini back that goes on your Hasselblad V series, so on the F series, so 500 cm, 500 C, 501 C, 500 C, 503 CW. You know what I mean, the Hasselblads. And basically it's Instax mini film. The problem is the flange distance is a little wider, so what they've done is they've made a little riser that goes on top of the viewing focusing screen and raises that enough so you could have the same plane of focus. So whatever amount they went backwards, they also went up, and that way you won't be able to achieve infinity, but you'll be able to achieve closer distances. So you won't be able to shoot landscape, but you'll be able to shoot portraits. I don't know what the minimum focus will be now with that shift in focus, but hopefully it won't be like 5 meters only, but you never know. Instax Mini is quite small too, and it's a one-off. It's not like you can enlarge it or whatever. But that's good news. It's a Kickstarter now. I left the link below. It's $199, I think, for the back, and probably the adapter on the top. So if you're wanting to shoot Instax Mini on a Hasselblad and you used to miss FP100C, which was kind of like a waste of film because it was basically that little 56 by 56 shot, you're, in a good time to be, and you can get it. And they actually sent the previous iteration of their camera, which means as a Kickstarter campaign, they're trustworthy. Then we have DPReview, the website and YouTube channel, has now opened a forum part on their website for film cameras. So as we all know, film is on its way to being more popular every day. I won't say it's back because it's always been there, and I don't like the whole like film is back. It's never left. But now on DPReview, you can go and share your film curiosities, questions, reviews, anything you have, which is good. I learned pretty much everything I know about film photography through forums, and I owe them a lot. Nowadays with Facebook, it's all kind of dying, and it's sad because Facebook is a mess for organizing topics and different rooms and all this stuff. So I miss forums, sorry to say. Then we have a video in German, posted in the German TV, about DW cameras. As you know, DW cameras are repairing and building new Rolleiflex legacy products. So the HY6 and the Rolleiflex 6008, 6006, they repair them, and they also sell the new version. So if you're in Germany and you understand, or you're German and you understand, or you're not German but you understand German, you can go watch this video. I haven't watched it yet because I don't understand German, so it would be nice to see but not to understand. Then we have another Kickstarter called Reveni Labs, and it's a tiny little Lightmeter. So as we all know, most film cameras that are still working fine are mostly mechanical and don't have light meters, or have selenium light meters and they're dying. Reveni Labs has come out with a Kickstarter for a very, very tiny little light meter that's less than an inch in all dimensions, weighs like 8 grams, and it has aperture priority and shutter priority, so you can change your ISO and change, very nice little device. And it's on Kickstarter. It started at $65. Now I think they ran out of the early birds. It's like $80 something, made in Canada. And it actually is pretty much like the small little brother of the Voigtlander VC meter that I have over here. I don't know if you guys can see that in focus, but it's a very small device. So that's pretty exciting to see something like that we can, back and see those film cameras that, you're not safe with Sunny 16, or you don't want to take a bigger light meter. You can take this little cube and use it as a light meter. Then Branco Pan has a little update, which is fairly good for everyone that didn't back the project. Is the STL files are open and downloadable for everyone. Ethan said that it would be for the backers of the project. then they would be open sourced, or not open sourced. They would be free for everyone to download. So non-backers can now download and print the Branco Pan. Then Pixl-ltr, and I think this probably will be the last update, is finally finished. Hamish Gill has finally finished the Pixl-ltr, and he is printing already all the parts and pieces needed to send to backers, and he'll be at the photography show with some to sell. So if you're going, you can buy it with your money at the show. And last, I will be attending the photography show in March, we're in March, the 13th I get there, which is Friday. I'll be there all weekend and the weekdays, so 14, 15, 16, 17, I'll be at the photography show. I'm giving a little speech on Monday about the importance of the news, which I think is important to show. And I'll be at the Camera Rescue booth doing interviews and whatever. So if you come by and want to say hello or whatever you want to do, I'll be there and happy to meet people over there. So yeah, that's the news for this week. As always, if you have any information, you can send an email to the email below. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.